the only way to take care of your employees is to take care of yourself first, because you are the leader, right? When you show up, you need to show up, like Brendan Burchard, the great coach, says, bring the joy, right? You need to bring the drive, the energy, the happiness, the vision, the believer in the vision, right? I have this immense privilege to my business, my work, be engulfed and immersed in nature. And it is a privilege, because in today's world, it is a privilege, I wish to say, because it is such a natural part of human being. We evolved in nature. The thing is that we have lost that touch with nature in our modern urban world, where we live in cities and towns and houses and condos and mini apartments or container housing, as we would like to call them today. And it's so sad that I work with lots of people that doesn't have that opportunity, right? To do like now, where I can just spend time in nature. This unique privilege of being here alone. And there is something about being alone in nature that really, really speaks to you, right? That really quiets your mind and your worries, and just fills you with this feeling of belonging, of oneness, of the air is so great because there's so much oxygen from the trees, right? So you feel light. And my point is that it's probably a good thing if we as human beings would take more time to spend in nature, right? And if you live in a city and there's only a park, then do that. If there's only a single tree in your street, spend time next to that tree, right? Have plants in your apartment, right? Lots of green plants, because it gives something to us. And we know that the color green is calming, for instance, right? And it's just a researchable fact, isn't it? It is calming, and we feel that right away when we're out in the green, right? And so the point of going for a walk is actually that it refreshes your mind, because it lowers cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and it increases things like serotonin and oxytocin, which makes you feel good. And as it reduces stress, you're able to think more clearly about your own situation, things you need to deal with, the things you need to deal with at work, or you need to deal with in your personal life, or for other people, for instance, right? The things you need to deal with. And that's really fantastic. And it gives you that clear-headedness. So when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling depressed, when you're wondering if you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path, all those things in life, right? Once in a while, take a break, go for a walk. You'll find the answer. And I know that there might be a lot of bosses that will say, hey, you need to be in your seat and all that stuff. You need to be in your cubicle and your box, right? But the point is, creativity is not born in the cubicle. New ideas are not born in the cubicle. Solutions are not found within the cubicle. That's reality, right? And so actually going out, doing something, and walking in nature is going to increase your productivity. And since I mostly work with leaders, then I would say, if you are the leader, then take that opportunity and grant it to other people as well once in a while, right? When you have problems at work sometimes as a leader, maybe the best thing you could do in that situation is tell your employee, I want you to go for a walk. I want you to walk around the park. and I want you to think about this and come back with a new idea. Don't tell them, go to your desk or go to your cubicle, go to your office, tell them go outside, right? Go to a lake, go to a park, go to a cafe, sit and look at life on the street, come back, right? With an idea. Because that's really often what it takes to invigorate our mind, to refreshen our mind, right? So rather than doing business as usual and trying to solve it the same way by hard work and nitty gritty, sometimes it's just get away, do something different, and then you'll find out, right? And that is really sort of the whole neo-generalist view, actually, of things, right? As well, is that when you combine lots of different things together, you get a much clearer outcome, and which actually means that you're better able to deal with new things if you are constantly taking a break from the problem you're having and dealing with something else. But if everything you deal with is equally stressful, it's not going to solve anything, isn't it? Right? So as you change up your block of things to do in your work time, if it's stress by stress by stress, it's not going to matter that you changed what you did that day. Only if it goes to, here's a healthy level of stress, here's relaxation. Healthy level of stress, relaxation. Healthy level of stress, relaxation. Unhealthy level of stress, relaxation, right? There will be times we can't control where there'll be unhealthy levels of stress. That's part of business. There's no way of going about it. Work is stressful. Business is competitive in itself, most of it. There are factors to meet. There are economies. There are lots of things that challenge us all the time. And there will be new things we haven't met before. New things are always stressful and challenging, right? That raises our cortisol. And that can be healthy in many ways because it actually helps us drive and do things, right? It pushes us, and that's good. But when it continues, then it becomes really bad. And the only one who can change that cycle is you yourself, right? You need to take that decision that I'm going to change with something less stressful, right? And of course, I work with people that have stress at work, and then they say, oh, and then I'm going to de-stress with something else. I'm going to go and play a tennis match or indoor football, or I go to karate, or I go to MMA, or I go to boxing, and you're like, yeah, but aren't they stressful too? And they're like, yeah, but it's like I get rid of some. Yes, you get rid of something, your dopamine, adrenaline, and all that burned off, but the cortisol is still there, isn't it? So what do you do for relaxing? And then people are like, oh, I go for a jog. All right, it's great. Jogging in nature is fantastic, right? Wears you down and releases sort of like a nice hormone that may at least calm your body. But they don't calm your mind necessarily, right? Take a time to enjoy the moments, right? Really, just enjoy the moment. And then work takes care of itself in a whole different way. And as leaders, it's very important that you portray confidence, strength, and calmness in the face of a challenge, in the face of stress, in the face of obstacles. Because that calmness is what your employees will see as strength, right? They will see this as, he's like a castle, or lighthouse standing against the storm and the winds and the waves, right? And all that comes from you being able to remain calm. And that comes from an inner calmness, right? That comes from you actually having a high level of happiness. Because with happiness comes calmness. With happiness comes the resilience to withstand adversity and to look obstacles in the eye without panicking, without stressing, and say, there is a solution. There is always a solution. And I'm here to find solutions, not discuss problems, right? So let's do that. Take time for yourself. As a leader, you must be rested. You must be calm. And the only way you can do that is by taking care of yourself. And the only way to take care of your employees is to take care of yourself first, because you are the leader, right? When you show up, you need to show up. Like Brendan Burchard, the great coach, says, bring the joy, right? You need to bring the drive, the energy, the happiness, the vision, the believer in the vision, right? So you got to come in as a guru that had your shit together. So in order to have your shit together, you're going to have to work on your shit, right? And you're going to have to take that time you need to get energized, to get fulfilled, to get empowered. And then you can lead the rest. So be courageous, be happy.